Hi everyone, my name is Dion and today I will be presenting on Shopee's current business environment. This presentation explores how key macroeconomic indicators, fiscal and trade policies, behavioral economics influence Shopee's business strategy and long-term growth. Let's begin with macroeconomic environment. There are three key indicators that reflect overall economic health: GDP, inflation, and unemployment. GDP, or gross domestic product, represents the total value of goods and services produced within a country. When GDP grows, it signals expansion and prosperity. Consumers will have more spending power, which directly benefits Shopee through higher online sales. Inflation measures how fast prices rise. Moderate inflation can actually encourage spending and investment, but when inflation becomes too high, it reduces consumer confidence and real income, tightening Shopee's margins. Finally, unemployment tracks the percentage of people actively seeking but unable to find work. During periods of high unemployment, purchasing power drops, leading to lower online demand. Together, these indicators show how Shopee's performance link closely to national economic activities. These indicators move together across the business cycle from expansion to peak, contraction, and troughs. During expansion, Shopee experiences high consumer spending and increased demand for non essential goods. As the economy reaches its peak, costs such as marketing and operations will rise, hence squeezing profit margins for Shopee. When the economy contracts, people shift spending to essential goods, causing lower demand for categories such as fashion or electronics on Shopee. Finally, in the trough phase, the market begins to stabilize and Shopee can plan ahead for a rebound by focusing on affordability and promotions. Understanding these economic cycles allows Shopee to make informed strategic decisions, from timing its mega sales events to managing supply costs across regions. Moving on to fiscal policy, let's look at when Singapore implements a 2025 tax rebate for all resident individuals. Using the aggregate demand and aggregate supply model, we can see how these rebates impact the economy. When the government issues a tax rebate, consumers have more disposable income, hence increasing aggregate demand. This is shown by the upward shift of AD from AD1 to AD2. In the short run, higher disposable income means more spending, particularly online, which benefits Shopee through higher sales. However, due to higher demand, production cost and wages adjust upwards. This causes our short-run aggregate supply to shift left, as shown by SRAS 1 moving to SRAS 2, while long-run aggregate supply will remain constant. This results prices to rise slightly and purchasing power to stabilize. For Shopee, the short-run effect is clear: greater consumer demand and higher transaction volumes. Over time, inflationary pressures could increase operating costs, meaning Shopee must focus on maintaining price competitiveness and support local sellers. Next, we examine trade policies, specifically the impact of US tariffs on imported goods, such as electronic accessories, which is a major Shopee category. In the supply and demand model, the introduction of a tariff increased the price from the world price PW to a higher price of PT. This benefits the US government through tariff revenue and helps domestic producers who can now sell more at a higher price. However, US consumers pay higher prices and buy fewer goods, while foreign exporters, including Shopee's cross-border sellers, will lose sales volume. The economy as a whole, will suffer a net welfare loss shown by the two deadweight loss areas labeled A and B. In the short run, Shopee faces reduced US demand and slower cross-border sales. But in the long run, this challenge pushes Shopee to diversify supplies to other ASEAN countries like Vietnam and Thailand while strengthening regional fulfillment hubs. So, while tariff initially reduces exports, they ultimately drive greater supply chain resilience and strategic adaptability for Shopee. Finally, let's explore how behavioral economics helps Shopee make smarter business decisions. Consumers don't always behave rationally. Their decisions are often influenced by biases and emotional triggers. Firstly, the framing bias. Shopee users was $25, now $14.90. Pricing and flash sales countdown to anchor price perception and create urgency. This boosts impulse purchases, especially during campaigns like 99 and 11/11 mega sales. Second, priming. Shopee highlights rating, reviews, and sold 10K tags. These cues make consumers more confident in their purchase decisions, building trust and increasing conversion rates. Third, prospect theory. People fear losing rewards more than they enjoy gains. Shopee's daily check-ins, coin rewards, and expiring vouchers tap into this fear of missing out, hence driving repeat purchases and higher retention. In conclusion, Shopee's business strategy is deeply influenced by both macroeconomic and behavioral factors. On the macro level, understanding GDP inflation and unemployment helps Shopee to anticipate shifts in demand and consumer spending. Fiscal and trade policies, such as tax rebates and tariffs, further affect pricing, sourcing, and long term competitiveness. Finally, behavioral insights like framing, priming, and prospect theory guides Shopee marketing, sale campaigns, and user experience design. By combining economic foresight with human understanding, Shopee builds a business that is not only data driven but also people focused, ready to adapt, grow, and remain resilient in a changing environment. Thank you for your time and attention.